Hello class, I welcome you all to this session. This class we are going to discuss the difference between private company and public company. In terms of paid up capital, for a private company a minimum of rupees 1 lakh is required. For a public company a minimum of rupees 5 lakh is required. In terms of members, private company should have minimum of 2 and maximum of 200. This excludes the present and past employees. Okay, so members, even though the employees are the shareholders of the company, when you are actually numbering the members, those employees to be excluded. It can be past or present. In terms of public company, it is minimum 7 and maximum is unlimited. It can be any number. It can be crores, it can be any number. So shareholders can be unlimited. But minimum 7 members is required to start a public company. Invitation to subscription of shares. Private company, as you all aware, that private company cannot invite the general public to subscribe its shares. See, the logic behind this is the private company do not want to dilute its management. That is the reason. So, but in terms of public company, there is a free transfer of shares. That is, it can invite to subscribe to its shares or debentures. So, it issues the prospectus and invites the general public to subscribe to the shares. But there is no such thing called as prospectus or invitation to the public in terms of a private company. The next one is transfer of shares. You know that private company, the transfer of shares is restricted. Under public company, there is no such restrictions. In terms of name, the name should end with private limited. In terms of public, the name should end with public limited or LTD. If you see a company name as ending as LTD only, then it is a public company. If you see PVT LTD, private limited, PVT space LTD, then it is a private company. Index of members. Index of members, the list of members need not be maintained by a private company, but in terms of public company it is compulsory. Commencement of business. After receiving the certificate of incorporation, a private company can commence its business, but in terms of public company, only after receiving the certificate of commencement of business, it can start its business. Okay, so the process of starting a business for public company is even more harder, because the reason is that it invites general public to subscribe to its shares. So there will be even more restrictions and even more legal procedures that needs to be followed. I hope that this is clear. I wanted to say some more points related to the difference between private company and public company. Under private company, the concept of minimum subscription do not exist. Suppose, for example, there may be players like underwriters, commission brokers, who can actually take up this problem of minimum subscription if at all it arises. So there will not be literally practically the problem of minimum subscription under private company, but in terms of public company, the minimum subscription should be at least 90% of the issue capital. So if it is not 90%, then from the closure of the issue, the 8 days have passed from the closure of the issue, even though the minimum subscription has not been received, then the company should repay to its prospective members, that is the person who have invested the money. It has to return and it has to pay 15% interest on those amount. Now this is the general recap. The next thing that we are going to look into is one-person company. Now, one-person company is a child of 2013 Companies Act. Before that, 2013, there was no such company called as one-person company. So 2013 Companies Act enables a new type of entity to the existing list called as one-person company. Section 3 subsection 1 of Indian Companies Act 2013, a one-person company means a company with only one person as its member. So literally there is only one person who is the member. Okay, it is not a sole proprietorship, but it has all the characteristics of company, but only one person manages the business. That's called as one person company. The minimum paid up capital is rupees 1 lakh. Previously, for a private company also the minimum paid up capital was 1 lakh. For one person company also the minimum paid up capital is 1 lakh. Rule 3 Rule 1 provides that only a natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India shall be eligible to incorporate one-person company. You should be very careful here. See, only a natural person, which means only a human being who is an Indian citizen. He cannot be a foreigner. Okay, he has to be, even though he is a foreigner, he has to be an Indian citizen. If he is an Indian citizen, then very well, and resident in India. This three criteria need to be fulfilled before you establish a one-person company. So, natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India shall be eligible to incorporate OPC. A person can incorporate only one OPC or become the nominee in only one OPC. Now, what is this? Now, a person only, I am there, I can incorporate only one person company, and I can allot, if I am not there, I can say that this person will be the nominee of the company. If suppose I am not there, then this person will take care of the affairs of the company. Similarly, that person can be only the nominee of only one person company, that is only one company. Only to my company he can be the nominee, not to any other company. So this point has to be very clear. So I want you to read these two points. Okay, I'll see you in the next class. Thank you, class.